Welcome back, Slapdicks. This is Around the Playbook, episode 3. Wait, is it episode 3?
Lost count at
Because
this
technically
point.
we didn't do last week's. Yeah, we didn't do last week's, or we had a power outage. I had a power outage, so we lost that episode, unfortunately. But this week, it is just me and Tristan because the other part of the brain trust decided not to show up. Anyways, we just wanted to dive right into this. So we have a lot of things that were ups and downs this week for football. You being a Patriots fan, I think that's the first thing you got to address. There's not much you can really say. Is Bill Belichick's dynasty and his little great run he's had? Is it time to hang it up? He's obviously back at the early stages of building something special, and I think he's too old to try to do that again, right?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to figure out exactly what he's got going on. I think he still wants to coach. I think he thought he would be able to not rebuild, but once Tom left, I think he thought he could build a solid squad, kind of more built on defense. Because those last couple years with Tom, he was kind of letting offensive talent walk and really stockpiling the defense. And we had a good defense, but our offense was so bad that Tom. I mean, ultimately what led him to Tampa. I mean, and I don't think that's obviously failed miserably. And so I he's gonna get fired if he doesn't retire at the end of this year or resign and try to go coach somewhere else. Which I don't think he wants to retire.
I don't
So
think he
I'm
wants to either. I just
very
don't know if there's
curious.
much left for him at this point.
I'm honestly at the point, like, dude, he doesn't even like you watch his press conference, and obviously he was always like short answer, be a dick to the reporters and this and that. But he, for the first time, doesn't seem like he cares. Like he's just,
Yeah.
yeah, we got to be better. Yeah, it's bad football. Yeah, he's
I
just.
mean, what was it last
It
week?
doesn't seem like he cares, dude. We were down 24-0, and we had a couple good plays, and Mac Jones had a couple good passes. We're on the Saints 40, 4th and 3 on the Saints 40, and he punts.
Yeah.
24-0 punts in the third quarter.
I,
Like that's shit that gets anybody fired. Like when you just wave the white flag like that, fourth
yeah.
and three on the 40 and you punt.
When you're down that much, like that's a you go for it easily. You have to.
And Kraft's such a Tom guy that like he hated Tom winning the Super Bowl when he left. Like that he hated that. So Kraft's not gonna keep Belichick because of what he's done and just let us finish, below 500. We're one of the worst teams in the league. We've regressed.
Yeah, it's
And
bad. I mean,
now we
last
ruined
week it was already
Mac
in that state,
Jones.
but this week it somehow got worse. Went from bad to worse real quick.
Oh yeah, in our next 3 games at Raiders, we're not winning that,
I
and then
think
it's Bills, and then Dolphins again, and we're for sure losing both of
the
those.
thing
So I
is
mean, we're gonna
also,
be,
dude, it wasn't even against the Dolphins or something. Dude, tonight it was New Orleans, dude, and they honestly I don't even think they looked that good, but I
dude. That Saints offense hadn't scored a touchdown in like 3 quarters or something. Don't quote me on that. And they just marched right down our
yeah,
ass
they literally did.
scored. I mean, like no problem. And
It was
so
a blowout from the
it's
start.
but our offense is so bad. Like it's way beyond Mac. Everyone loves, oh, Mac's terrible. Mac's certainly
I think he's a
not
good
the
quarterback.
solution. He's not the solution, but he's not the problem.
Mm-mm.
He doesn't have any Brady magic, that's for sure. He doesn't have, playmaker magic, but he's not the dude. His line, I mean, our tackles are just on roller skates. I mean, we've got no good
It,
line
it it
outside of
just
Dave
looked like out
Andrews.
there they
Cole
just
Strange has been a bust. It's like it's Belichick as a general manager has failed absolutely miserably. He failed during the Tom era, but Tom just was able to
yeah,
master,
it doesn't even matter. He had Tom Brady.
cover up for it.
Yeah.
But now that Tom's gone, his GM failures are just he has some hits like late in the draft, but like his first rounders have been atrocious for like a decade now. And so I mean, it's like I said, he's either
I
getting
think
fired or
retiring
he's
is his best
resigning at the end of
option. I
this
mean, I
year.
really don't.
But I don't
And
I don't think I'm starting to look around and I'm like, he has a heart for the Giants because that's where his like career or he's because he coached there at one point, and I'm like I'm trying to like look around the league
wasn't
and
that
I'm
his
like,
first
is he
job? Was that
trying
in,
to
in New York?
one of the assistant jobs?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was like when he won 2 Super Bowls there with Bill Parcells and as a defensive coordinator, and so I'm like, but I don't think Brian Dable's going anywhere, and so I don't think that's I don't think Belichick's going to be a coordinator ever. And so like I don't think he could do like a Tom Coughlin. Like you remember when Tom Coughlin stopped coaching and he like went to like director of player personnel, but that's where Belichick's been terrible. So who would want him to do that for
Yeah,
you?
I don't know. That's
And if someone wants him to be a coach but not a, GM, I could see him hunting for a job like that, but I just don't know
I
like
see
what's
it.
going to be
I see the
available.
Patriots.
He's not going to want the Bears job.
No, no one wants that shit.
He's not going to want the Washington D.C. job. Uh, and so there's part of me that thinks he's looking at another place where he can coach because I think he wants the wins record, and he's still 2-3 seasons away from that at
Yeah,
this rate.
I just don't see it because the Patriots have to look right now. It's how a high school team looks how when they look unbelievable, but then the next year comes and all their seniors have graduated and they're gone and they're back to rebuilding. That's kind of what the Patriots look like to me, in my opinion.
The offense looks like it would lose to a lot of college teams.
Yeah,
Like honest to
literally.
God, like I'm not like I think, and I don't even think that's far fetched to say. Like I think top defenses in college would give the Patriots offense a hard time. And obviously, the Patriots defense would absolutely destroy college offenses. But I'm saying offense wise, we're so undermanned and undersized and slow. It's no playmakers, no line, no running game, and yeah. So it's like it goes so beyond Mac Jones. Like it's crazy. But I think Belichick's getting fired, bro. Unless because I just
I don't think he's getting fired. There's too much history with him in that
100%,
franchise.
100% he's getting fired.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
Because that
honestly,
Kraft is just
this isn't even the last couple weeks have not even been like a blunder or like a bump in the road. Dude, last week already was what the biggest deficit he already got beat by, right? Last week,
yeah.
and then
These
today,
these last 2 weeks were the
and
two
then
worst losses
this
of his
week it
career.
happens again.
Yeah,
That's pretty fucking nuts. Like you've heard people getting like just the worst loss of their career. Imagine two in a row. That doesn't happen. Usually
that's what I mean.
after something like
Kraft.
that, you come out and you fucking kick ass right after because you're like, hey, this is ridiculous.
That's what I mean, dude. Kraft's not gonna.
And it's embarrassing
Dude,
because it
he
was
just
against
put
the
a bunch.
Saints, who honestly look average at best. They're not even that great.
He put. He just put a brand new spanking ass jumbotron that is absolutely insane. Like he's spending money on the Patriot. Like he is not gonna let them just turn into a laughing stock, bro. He is not who Bob Kraft is, bro. When he bought the team in the '90s, like that was his first. Because the
Yeah.
Patriots had been an embarrassment before he bought them, and so I truly think like unless just there's some miraculous turnaround, which I don't see happening. Like I think Belichick's getting fired, bro. It could even be mid-season if this continues, like blowout
Oh
losses.
well,
Like if we
fucking
get
yeah,
blown out
dude.
by
This is already
Vegas,
ridiculous. Who do they play next week? You
I
said
mean, at
that
Raiders.
Raid.
Raiders
Oh
are
yeah,
kind of a mess, but they'll beat them. They'll
they're
beat them.
scrappy. They're scrappy. Raiders are scrappy though.
They'll beat us. Yeah. And so, and then if it's another blowout loss, like the Bills could,
Well,
absolutely send us
Miami
into
too.
another stratosphere. And then Miami, like
Miami is
at
gonna
Miami, so they're
fucking
beating
send him to
us.
the moon. The way
So
they're running all over
like
the
that's
field,
three straight losses.
dude.
That's three straight
Miami's
losses.
offense is unbelievable.
Yeah. So we're in trouble.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
it's
Well,
sad.
we can move on
Is
to you're okay. This week in fantasy, what were some big things that happened for you? I think we both are gonna come out with a win. So
you're getting a win? Ah, that's fair.
it's the week 5, dude. I'm gonna be 2 and
I'll tell
3.
you, there's something great
I'm a
about
second
being
part of the season guy. By the way, all the guys, a bunch of my starters, Mike Williams, Higgins, Eckler, all out. Everyone in there are bench guys. For all
I
my
never
main positions, bench guys.
I didn't hear any names in there that made my hair on my neck stand up. I'll tell
Austin
you.
Eckler? Are you You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Anyways, I'm gonna just say
Has
this.
been.
No, not even.
You see my team? I've got four wide receiver ones, and I should have had Puka.
Dude. Wait, what did
Three
he get?
wide receiver ones.
What did Puka get? Yeah, I was about to say. What did Puka get for points today?
I think he was up close to 20, even with Cup coming
Yeah, I was
back.
about to
Him and
say.
Cup
I was about to
have been
say.
a
Yeah.
nasty duo. Yeah, but I have DJ Moore, who went for 3 touchdowns and 230 yards. I have Gabe Davis, who got some junk points today late. He ended up with 22 on a late touchdown, this and that. And then I got Jamar Chase, who finally discovered he's
Yeah.
Jamar Chase
Yeah.
today.
Finally.
That's why I drafted him too. And he went for Maybe a couple hundos, point, 3 touchdowns,
Well, it's
and
about time Cincinnati figure out their fucking deep
he
offense, dude.
outscored DJ Moore. He outscored DJ Moore.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then I have Micah Pittman who went for a quiet 10. But and then Kittle another 3 scores, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
And then I got Jess next week. Jess doesn't know what's gonna hit him.
Honestly,
Guy's
dude. Well,
gonna be in trouble.
Jesse has a really good team too. I think he has a good team. I think
don't
it's gonna
see
be a good
anything that
game.
makes me nervous. Yeah, we're trying to televise it because this is one of those matchups that don't come around too often. And he was the champ last year. I was the champ the year before. I went to 4 straight championships. I should have made it to 5 last year, but some stuff happened. So
Yeah.
I think I may be still setting the points record this week. So he's been starting to do this, but
Oh, so you too though. You too are chirping.
well, but you got to listen. But I'm coming off 3 straight wins. Like he's
3 straight by week. It doesn't fucking matter. 3 straight wins don't mean shit.
because me and Bird Bros. So me and G went head to head a couple weeks back. I was 0-2, and so he's starting to chirp, and then
Yeah.
I beat him, and then now I'm on a 3-game win streak. He's on a 3-game losing streak. It's just we went 2 different ways, bro. He was a pretender, and I was just finding my stride, and my guys were getting healthy and getting acclimated. So
Well, good for you. I'm not gonna get healthy, guys. So
yeah, and then I think I sent you into another shadow realm last week, and so
I
it was
didn't
Bird
have
Bros,
anyone to
you,
play, bro. It was
and
one of those weeks I
yeah,
just
bro,
took
it
the
was
L.
Cam.
I'll tell you
Well,
what.
Cam
Hey,
gave me more
hey.
material.
Brees Hall was let off light duty, and guess what he did? He picked up where he left off. That's what he did, and he's gonna continue to get
won.
better. Yeah.
Holy smokes! I can't
Yeah.
believe the Jets beat the Broncos.
Great fucking win.
The Sean Payton Russell Wilson experiment is
It's
not.
over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Well, Russell's cooked, bro.
He's
cooked.
not.
That team. They should never lose at home with that home field advantage that they have in Denver. They should never lose at home, bro. Peyton Manning never lost there. That guy, you could not go in there and beat him. And Russell Wilson looked awful last year with Nathaniel Hackett. Everyone blamed Hackett. Now in comes Sean Payton, who went on this world tour about free agency and coach. And what do you know? Dog shit. It's
Yeah,
should be
the experiments though. I
miracle
think
they didn't
honestly,
win.
Russell. I think in Seattle, it had a good fit for how he plays, but
Yeah,
I
ran the ball.
I just don't think he has it anywhere else. In that very niche little thing, it worked really well for him. But I just think he's done. He's done.
Cooked.
He's absolutely cooked. He doesn't have to scramble anymore like he used to have either. I just don't see it. I think Russell's just done.
Did you get your ass out of bed and watch the London game this morning?
No.
Tell you, man. I like ETN. That guy's a stud for Jacksonville.
Oh, he's a freak. They look really good.
Be a playoff contender. They're going to be a playoff contender. They smacked the Bills.
Yeah, ETN got
outside the face.
He had a lot of points in fantasy today as well.
Who hasn't? Do you remember?
I thought Jesse does.
Does he?
I think.
No, he might.
Yeah, I think it's Jesse.
Lions are 4-1.
Dude, okay, listen. I was about to bring that up next. I'm buying buy or sell. I'm buying the Lions. I'm liking.
You're buying them, huh?
I'm buying them. Not to mention, listen. I think Montgomery's continuing to impress, even with Gibbs. I think Gibbs is still struggling to find a footing of where he's going to be on the lineup. Montgomery is just. I think he's solid. Their run with Gibbs and him. That's a solid run. Goff.
Gibbs was out today, right?
Yeah, he didn't play today. It was Reynolds. Yeah. It was Reynolds, I think. Yeah.
Well, David Montgomery, I would assume.
Yeah, but Montgomery is just, the guy looks great. I mean, we already knew what he can do, but I'm saying the Lions I'm buying. I think they look really good. And Goff, Jared Goff is really good. He's solid.
Montgomery. Well, he's the big question I had before the year was like whether they could go win on the road, and I know they won at home today, but last year they won at home, lost on the road.
Yeah, I think Lions are a sleeper this year, dude. I think they're gonna string together a pretty good season.
Well, they're gonna win that division without question. Goff 236, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks.
Dude, Jared Goff,
much better than
he's fucking solid, dude. He's really solid.
And that's without. He didn't even play today. Amon-Ra.
No, he didn't. He didn't have him. That's why I put Josh Reynolds in just because that, and Josh Reynolds got some catches, so that's good. But
he had a touchdown, I think. Yeah.
I mean,
I
just
can't believe the Colts beat the Titans are 0-3 on the road. Speaking of the exact opposite, so then you got the Titans that can't go
yeah.
on the road and
But I
win
will say this though. I
against
will say
Gardner
this.
Minshew.
Hopkins looked really good. I think at some points in the game he kind of looked unguardable. Some old vintage Hopkins, in my opinion. I thought he looked really good.
Yeah, he had 8 for 140.
Yeah, I thought he actually was
That
killing
isn't
it.
vintage.
He had a lot of really good catches. That was vintage Hopkins coming out a little bit. But what the fuck is he
Yeah,
gonna do? You can't really work with not getting the ball for enough
Tannehill.
time, and yeah, I just don't see how that's gonna work. But yeah, the Titans just blundered, which sucks
I
for
like.
them.
I'm rooting for Zach Wilson, man. I just, even though it's a division rival, I hate the Jets. Like Zach Wilson, he might.
They're
Oh,
stringing it
Trevor
together.
Lawrence.
They're stringing it together.
He's got a good arm.
He
He might
does.
have the best arm out of that
A lot
QB
of people, dude.
class.
He gets a lot of hate, but I don't see. He's not like a dog shit
Well, it's up
quarterback.
here. It's up here. He's dog shit. Like sometimes, like yeah. He's got this. Did you hear what Mahomes said after the
No.
game? He goes, "Dude, you got all the talent. Like you gotta." He does.
Yeah,
You
he
watch him
does. He
throw,
does.
He looks like Aaron Rodgers when he throws the ball.
Yeah.
Like he's just got that quick little swing to him
Yeah.
that
He
it
looks
does
great.
not grow on trees. And yeah, I mean, I like him.
I like him too. I mean,
I wish he was on the Patriots instead of this dipshit we got. Yeah, little turd.
I mean, did you also see? Okay, also very very slept on CJ Stroud.
He's good. I like him. I like him.
I
tried
he's
telling Brady,
fucking
he's gonna be a good quarterback. Yeah.
all
He's
in the
already
first all
figured it out.
the first games, all like his career. The first few games, no interceptions. The dude's solid. I mean,
Yeah, he just needs they need to go
and he
all
clutched
in
up in
on
the big
building a
time, and a
team.
must-have. He clutched up big.
While he's on a rookie contract, they need to go all in on trying to like get him
Yeah,
a
I
good
think.
ass team around him because that they legit could like compete in that division. You know, Titans, Colt, you like that's a shitty division.
Yeah, it is.
And Jaguars, I think too. But it's like that's a division you can compete and be an immediate playoff contender.
Yeah, I think.
And so they need to like I don't know if it's pulling a trade off or something or just next free agency, but like while you have Stroud on a rookie contract and he can get the ball out, get it to playmaker, like get a good running back, and like there's no waiting game. Like all right, you got a good guy. Who screwed up was the Panthers, bro, because they traded away all this capital to get just a
Bryce
point
Young.
guard type, and he's just going to be a point guard, bro. He doesn't have magic to him.
Nah, I mean,
You
it's
know,
still early. I think
he's
you got to give him
smart.
at least a decent
He's
stretch.
he's smart, but he's so little too. I mean, he literally looks like Chris Paul out there, trying, but he's just and so now he gave up his number one target in that trade.
Yeah,
So now DJ Moore's going and catching 230 and 3 touchdowns for Chicago. Now Bryce Young doesn't have him, and they gave up their draft pick next year. And the Panthers are 0-5. That could be the number one pick in the draft, bro. That could be the worst trade of all time.
yeah. Well, now seeing how it's turned out, it could be.
And the Bears got DJ Moore, and they might have the first pick in the draft next year.
Yeah, it's
That's not even their own. That's
yeah.
insane.
I
Who
mean,
does that trade? Unless it's from like Andrew Luck, which it wasn't.
Yeah, it's not that. But I mean, maybe they thought it was that off the beginning. Maybe they thought it was an Andrew Luck situation or something like that. That's the only thing I can really put together. But I mean, it is early. I mean, maybe they kind of keep letting him see how he plays it out later in the season because maybe things will change and kind of do a 360, or 180 rather. But
360, you're still
I
right
know,
where
I
you're
know.
at,
I
bro.
just you're still in the same fucking spot.
Something Michael Scott would say.
That
You need
is
to do a 360
yeah.
and get us out of this.
Dude, did you see the Miami Hurricanes fucking blunder, dude?
Cristobal? What an idiot!
What an idiot. Dude, it's like what 30 something seconds on the fucking clock in the fourth. He's running the ball. Hello?
And they had no timeouts. They had no timeouts.
Dude, and the fact
they could literally
the
need
fact
it,
that
game over.
somehow like the odds of it fumbling is like so like it's
I
already
know.
rare. And then the
And
odds of
not
them
only
somehow getting those two passes
They
in
were
a
on
row.
They were on the plus side of they had to go the length
Dude,
of the field.
two deep balls in a row, and they did it, and they pulled it off, dude. It's
odds
fucking
were
crazy.
crazy.
The odds are so small that happened. It just there's no fucking
But,
way,
like,
dude.
But like that's so bad that like
How do you make that
that's-
mistake? Like, no, I'm serious. Like, how?
That's like jobs. That's like losing your job.
No, that's a lose your job mistake. Because that's
Yeah.
so painfully obvious to anybody. Even people who don't watch football would be like, why the fuck aren't they kneeling?
There was a rumor that he wanted his running back to get 100 yards, and he was just under it or something, and wanted him to get 100 yards.
That makes
Isn't
sense,
that
but
crazy?
still,
That's even more fireable.
yeah, that's more fireable. But I'm saying
Um,
that is a situation where there's no defending it because there really isn't. Like there's no way to defend that, so that's literally a fireable thing. I would fire him just for that alone. Like
well,
I
he's never been a good coach. He was a good recruiter at Oregon, but like they just, dude, he was not a great coach.
well, obviously look at today. How the fuck do you make that mistake?
Um, yeah. Well, and like with the Ducks, bro, like you had Justin Herbert and you were a mediocre team.
Yeah, I mean,
Um, but did you watch any college football yesterday? Pretty good.
I watched some. I wasn't really
I
watching
watched more
much.
of it than I do the NFL. No,
It depends on the day. It depends on what I'm doing during the weekend. Usually I see a lot of the highlights after. I don't watch all of them, but I try to watch as many as I can.
we're gonna miss the Ducks Washington next Saturday. We might have to watch it
I
in a
know.
bar or
Dude,
something.
they're definitely gonna have it on. We'll find a bar and watch it.
Yeah,
Well, there
they
we'll add that to
could
something we're gonna do.
they could get ran out of the building though. Like,
Yeah, we'll see.
um, but
Not if Bo Nix and company has anything to say about it. Dude, Bo
we're
Nix is
gonna,
raw, dude. I love him.
I think he's gonna be a top 10 pick in the draft.
I think he
I
will,
really do.
100%. Dude,
I think he's going to be
he's.
because I think people think he could be the next Herbert
Yeah, I was about to
because
say.
he's got
Yeah,
in that Oregon system and like he's got a good arm.
yeah,
He's not as big as Herbert obviously, but I think people think like, oh shit, he kind of looks like Herbert in that system. Could he possibly in the next?
yeah.
And he's
Could it be
fast.
a carbon
And he's
copy of Justin
fast.
Herbert in the NFL, basically?
Yeah.
I mean, I think he can be. So we'll see how that works out. But I'm very interested to
Still, we're gonna
see.
be in the market, so
Oh, well, I guess yeah, that makes sense.
we're certainly gonna
Do
be
you
in the
think they're gonna
market.
replace Mac Jones?
100%, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Like I said, he's not the problem, but he's not the solution.
Yeah, it's
And
not some overbearingly amount of talent. They're like, okay, well, obviously we're not going to
no,
lose him.
but like, what's so frustrating, and like, if I was Mac, I'd be so frustrated, is that Purdy looks like a godsend in that Niners team. But if Mac was in that team, dude, he'd be lighting it up as well. Like that team is
Yeah,
so
dude,
good,
I don't think.
and
Okay, listen, I don't think Brock Purdy. I mean, I'm not saying he's
he just does
bad.
what he has to.
I'm
He
not
just
saying he's
does what he
bad,
has
but I
to.
just feel like
Yeah.
the heavy lifting isn't done by him.
Yeah, no, he does exactly what
He
he
just
needs to,
puts
and
it
that's
in.
get it to the playmakers.
Yeah,
He plays point guard.
yeah,
He just gets it to his point, his playmakers, and they've got
yeah. They
playmakers, and the
got plenty of
Patriots
them. They
don't.
got plenty of them.
And so Max out there literally trying to go five wide and throw it the length of the field and that play from behind always, dude. He's gonna fail miserably.
Yeah, it's
And so that's
unbelievable.
what, like, if you say the Patriots have the number one pick in the draft and take Caleb Williams,
Yeah.
dude, he's gonna struggle. Like, unless this roster completely changes, because we got no line and no receivers. Again, I'm sorry to bring it back to the Patriots, but that's
Oh, I agree. It's not going to be
but
pretty.
they're
You can't
replacing
you
Max.
can't have the same thing that's been going on and replace it with a high drafting pick and just think it's going to fix everything because it's not.
Yeah, no,
It's not going to
that's
do
why I
anything.
think Belichick goes. I think they can't have another couple years. I mean,
Well,
Kraft's
it's
good, dude. He's like
obviously
80 years old.
New England's in a complete rebuilding and everybody's on the chopping block in my opinion. So, I mean,
Yeah, except for Bob Kraft, who's cutting those checks. He
yeah.
ain't on the chopping block,
No,
and
but
he's cutting those checks.
no. I mean,
He does not want to put
there's
up with it.
not much they have choice there. What's sad is I do think Mac Jones actually is a good quarterback. I just it's sad when you see him in a franchise like in a certain situation like this because that is a player who didn't get the opportunity to have as many playmakers as other people. So
No,
it's just kind of like oh because
dude,
Brock Purdy that's the perfect fucking example is Brock Purdy because it's not like he's some overbearingly amazingly talented guy. He just does what he's supposed to do. And if Mac Jones was in that situation, he would also do that as well. So it's like I don't
well, the Niners want Kyle Shanahan wanted Matt. Jesse explains all this, but like so Kyle Shanahan wanted Mac Jones over Trey Lance, and so because and he was going to fit in their system way better, and so if they had done that instead of Trey Lance, Mac would be killing it, and he would be their starting quarterback right now.
oh 100% he
And
would.
so it's just like that's how like that's how football is, bro. That's how sports is. Like, guys, you need a good situation, and you can be a good player in a bad situation and look terrible, and everyone thinks it's you. So it's just I I think he could quarterback with a good team. What people forget is Tom's last year in New England. He looked bad, bro. He couldn't. That's why people thought he was washed. And because that New England offense was starting, Belichick was starting to let guys go,
Yeah.
and so they looked bad on offense, and they couldn't move the ball, and they were getting booed. And Tom Brady was the quarterback, and
Well,
so
'cause
when he
he
went to
jumped off
Tampa,
that
people
sinking
were
ship,
like,
didn't he?
right, yeah, yeah, the Titanic was going down, and he freaking found a jet boat, sailing off
Yeah.
into the beautiful Tampa Bay, and so
Yeah, he did. Good thing he did too, because
that's
that would
crazy.
have put a nasty dirt mark on his career, honestly, at that point.
And instead, it did the opposite because he went and won somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. So it worked out for him really well.
So now he looks like a freaking hero.
I mean, Atlanta also. What else do we have? Atlanta also had a pretty good win. Ritter is undefeated at home, also, so that's
They're
pretty good.
3-0 at home.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
good. Pretty good for the young man.
I would have liked to see Houston beat him, but
Yeah, I honestly thought they were going to, but he clutched up though. Got to give him credit where it's due.
Dolphins kind of got back on track. Saints, obviously, we know what they did. Steelers beating the Ravens.
Oh, I
That
was about to say
surprised me
the Steelers game too. Yeah, dude. Okay,
because the
listen here. Listen
Steelers,
here.
those
It was an
division
actual
games.
it was a miracle comeback because end zone third down. Lamar Jackson throws it. Because if they score, their game's over. Doesn't fucking matter. They're done. Interception in the end zone, and then they march back and score. They pulled together an absolute. They had a very low chance of winning that fucking game, especially because their offense was slow all game. They couldn't string anything fucking together offensively all day. My dad was happy because my dad's a Steelers fan. My dad was happy, but I did not expect them to win that game. That was pretty shocking. But they pulled it together.
Has Lamar looked kind of bad this year?
He doesn't look as dominant as he did before. I'll tell you that right
I'm trying
now.
to figure out what's going on.
But I don't know anything about the Ravens, what players they've lost, what they've gained. I have no idea really, to be honest with you. But I know their offense has been
Well, that's
struggling.
helpful.
I don't know
Yeah.
anything. Well, I don't follow fucking Baltimore Ravens much, but I do know it's no mystery that Lamar Jackson was an absolute dominant force. Not this year, but he has been.
A couple years ago, 2019,
I mean,
his MVP year.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened to that. I know that there's been a lot of changes, but I don't know exactly where they've gone wrong.
Eagles 5-0, and they look so beatable. That's just what's crazy. But yet they're 5-0.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Um,
they look pretty good. I just don't. It doesn't seem like a 5-0 dominance team to me, but
they just have such a good line, bro.
they
That's
have an
the
amazing
exact
line.
opposite
They have an
with
amazing
Jason
line.
Kelsey. Jason Kelsey leading that in that tush push is so unstoppable, and they
Yeah,
run it 15 times a game. It seems.
it works over and
Um,
over again, so why not?
yeah, I guess big win by the Jets. Of course, Kansas City had to eke out another win. Um, and then obviously we know what the Niners did.
I'm
It's
trying to look at
it's
week.
pretty crazy that Justin Brandon just went radio silence on us.
I was just checking that in case he texted because I was like, oh wait, is he trying to get in? He
No,
didn't say
no,
anything.
no. Yeah, dude. It's just this.
When
Yeah.
he comes next week, I want an apology and I want a big one.
Well, we'll see if they do. Well, next week, are you gonna be
Oh
back in town by the
fuck!
time? Yeah. What time do you
Oh,
land? I'll be back because my flight's early, bro. I'm so
you,
sorry. It kind of sucks, bro.
we gotta make it
My
work.
flight
Gotta
is
make it
so
work.
early.
What time is it at
I
on
know.
Sunday?
Oh, like 6. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. I'm not even gonna be able to bear it. I might pull an all-nighter and just
no,
it'll
you
just
don't pull
suck.
all nighters. You don't do that.
Whatever. I got a flight at 6.
I guess
You
yeah.
got your
You
buttons, I
gotta be
guess.
at the airport by fucking 4.
Yeah. And
Oh,
thankfully, though, Santa Barbara Airport's probably super easy.
yeah, because yeah,
So
it's a municipal. It's not like an international or some shit,
yeah,
so it shouldn't be that
yeah,
bad.
it should be.
But I mean,
Um,
but you don't know. Probably still get there early because it's still
right.
a lot of people flying in
Yeah.
and out of there. Oh my God.
I guess the only plus side is like, all right, I get back into Nashville at a decent time and can like, before work starts Monday, get settled back after a trip. That's always what I hate, like flying in late on a Sunday night and then you
Oh,
got like
dude, that's my
got a
number one thing I
suitcase
hate
and
the
got
most.
work the next day. And that
That's the thing I hate the most because, like,
it's
I
always
think
the
when we're
worst.
talking about Thanksgiving for Medford, and we're talking about flights stuff, and I'm like, no, I do not want a fucking late Sunday flight, dude. I hate that
Well,
shit.
especially after Thanksgiving, that's like the worst travel day.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
after Black Friday,
Well, I
everyone
wasn't
chills
got.
on.
We were gonna do Saturday, but I haven't been home in a while, so I'm like, dude, I have to do Sunday.
That's my
I
favorite
have to do
weekend of the
Sunday.
year, bro. And I'm gonna be traveling too. I'm going to LA for I forgot about that. We're going to my dad and I are flying to LA for a Rams
Oh
Ravens.
no shit.
Yeah, we're meeting him at SoFi, his boss and everything, Kinsey Kelton's dad. And yeah. So
Oh, that's funny.
we're meeting him and that's Sunday after Thanksgiving. So Saturday, which is gonna be probably a crazy travel day in itself. Saturday we're flying to LA.
Oh yeah, that is.
Um and then the game's Sunday. And then oh, I had to take that Monday off of work, obviously.
Yeah, that's a lot
Um,
of traveling.
yeah, dude, I need to. It's crazy. That's only a little over a month away, dude. That Thanksgiving's here in a little over a month. That's
Yeah, it's
insane,
dude. It's
dude. Do you
time
just
is.
feel like every year just goes by
No, it
so
goes by
fast?
so
Like
quick because I was just
I,
thinking like literally. Okay, literally because this like the summertime and all of a sudden now it's my birthday. Okay, now it's about to be Halloween and then now it's like I was just thinking and then because I was at work last week and oh we got Santa Barbara next week. I'm like, fuck, you're right. Holy shit.
I know.
I think it's because, dude, as you get older, you just start to get so you get so busy doing all these little things, whether it's work, whether it's adulting stuff, whether it's personal shit, all three. Time just seems to go by so much quicker because you're doing so many different things versus when you were younger, when you're worrying about one or two things, maybe. So
Well, and I
it's
think too, like the way I've heard it explained is like, you get older, or you're a kid. Say you're 15. Each year is 15%, yeah, or 15 divided by one. I won't try to math, but let's say you're 10 for simplicity. So you're 10 years old. A year is 10% of your life. Okay, but when you're 30, a year is
yeah,
6% of your life. Or
that's a good way
whatever.
to think about it. Yeah, it's just
So it's like it's so much shorter. I know that math ain't mathing, but it's
I
a
get what you're saying though.
yeah, so it's like it's a smaller fraction of your life each year, and like it's crazy, dude. Like I mean, it feels like it was just January when I was in LA for
I
my
know
crazy work
it's
schedule,
fucking
and I was in
crazy.
LA for all of January, and then I remember my mom's birthday, it was my parents' birthday. We went to a show, and that was right before her birthday, like March, March 31st is her birthday, and I think it was like the night before, it was the 30th, and then we went back to a show at the same as the Opry. We went and saw Keith Urban like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, wait. I was like, we hadn't been here since March, like 6 months ago. Like it was the weirdest thing. Like it literally felt like the weekend before or something. And and it is such a weird feeling. I think like as you get older and you start working and you're just each
Yeah,
week gets monotonous, and you just keep like it always seems like it's Sunday night for me. It always seems like
yeah, I get
it's
that.
the and so
Yeah.
you only got 52 weeks a year and it's just Sunday, 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 and you just keep cranking out
And
weeks.
you're just trying to make it to that point. It's like, hey, well, let's just scratch this week. I can't wait to have a little relaxation. The next thing you know,
Yeah,
then the next week comes, and you're doing the same thing. Okay, well, once I get it flies so fucking quick, dude.
it's insane.
It's fucking crazy, and it's blown my
And
mind year after year every time stuff starts to come. And I know, like, I thought time went by pretty fast, even when I was like kind of younger, but like nothing compared to now. Whoa, that was a popping noise.
knows what?
That noise it made when you drank the water, it was like,
Oh, I didn't hear it. Um,
oh.
well, and it's like, I mean, yeah, I just hit 2 years after, buying my condo. I'm like, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
And even Nashville, we're coming up on 3 years, and I just like don't even feel like I know Nashville yet. Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind
it's
of mind
insane. I'm
blowing.
like
Like I
three
think
years.
here, like it just. I remember when we were looking at this place, and then Jack's like, "Oh yeah, like well, yeah, well it's been a year." I'm like, "It's been a fucking year already." It feels like because like it feels like we just moved in. Like there's still stuff that I'm like because we have boxes in like the closet down there that we just left in there because it's just not stuff we're gonna need for seasonal stuff. And I'm like, dude, it feels like I just fucking put those in there. Like what the fuck?
Right.
Just
Yeah.
it's
It's
nuts.
it's a weird thing. And
It's
it feels
some
like
weird. It
more,
almost
yeah,
feels like a
each
fucking
year.
weird Mandela effect thing. I'm not kidding you. Sometimes it's
It
just like
does. It does
I'm
feel
just
like a
like
Mandela effect.
absolute like it just feels some
It
weird
almost
thing.
seems like there's something like chemically in the brain going on with
Yeah, like
like
there's
science,
yeah,
and
there's a
it's just,
mishap or something.
yeah.
Oh,
It's because
like or
I
like
feel
I was in a fucking hyper coma briefly and didn't even realize it or something.
the first time it hit me was college. And when I finished college and I was like, wait, what? Because I finished early as it was. Like it was like a little over 3 years I finished it. And so it already seemed like a quick, and I was just like, wait, like I was just like graduating high school and now I'm done with
Yeah,
college, and high school actually seemed like a long period.
high
And
school felt
then at the end,
forever.
yeah, it felt like, so, you go in, you're 15, and when you leave, you're going to college, and so it feels like
Well, when
such
you
a.
go in, you're like what 14 or 15 usually, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
14, 15. And so that period just seemed so long. And like in terms of like, maturity and, growing up just
yeah.
seemed like
It
such
is.
a,
It's night and day.
a pivotal period. And I'm like, that period of time is going from 14 to 18 is a lot different
It
than
feels
going
like
from
20
20
years. It feels like 20
is,
years.
yeah, that is a lot different than going from 24 to 28,
Yeah,
and
it's
just,
absolutely like, wait,
I feel
what?
the exact same that I did at 24. Like, I just,
Yeah, me too. I just
in
feel like
terms of,
I'm like I think because my birthday was not too long ago. Like I keep telling people like I did this I did this last year. I actually still did it sometimes. I tell them the wrong age because I gotta tell them I'm a year younger because in my mind I'm like, wait, I'm fucking 20. Holy shit! It's just fucking
oh,
crazy.
if someone asks me on the fly and I'm like, like catches me off guard, and I'll be like, oh, like I'll say the wrong age. I'll be like, oh, I'm 26,
Yeah,
I'm 28 now.
that's what I've done. That's what I've done.
And
I'm like,
yeah,
oh, I'm 26. I'm like, and then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh fuck.
yeah. And I'm like, wait, why did I say that?
I'm not gonna
And
correct
I'm
it because
like,
now I look stupid, so I don't say anything.
hey, did I
But
tell you I was 26? I'm actually 28. Like,
yeah,
why did you lie? And I'm
I
like,
didn't
oh,
mean
you
to.
just
It's
caught me
just
off
like
guard.
I don't
Yeah,
know. It's just a weird thing, dude.
it's it's bizarre because, yeah, I was. Dude, what's insane is I was 23 when I moved to Portland and went to George Fox. Me
Yeah,
and Jack came down, and that year I was 23, and I'm like, that was 5 years ago.
yeah. There's no
And
way, man.
I remember every detail like that. Like that's just
Yeah,
what's. I remember my first year at SOU. Like being like, I just remember, not only like remembered like events, but it's weird. Like you remember headspace and, like mindset, and that's I think what throws me is I just am like, I remember exactly how I felt like in those like days and moments, and I'm like,
yeah.
it's still like so front of mind, like how you
Like it happened
feel at the
yesterday. Like it happened
time,
yesterday.
right?
Yeah,
And it's more than just like an event. It's like you remember like your entire like emotion, mental, physical. Like, you feel like if you got dropped in there tomorrow, you would like know exactly where you
yeah.
were and what you were doing.
It's a Mandela.
And
It's
that's
literally a
just
Mandela effect, bro.
that is a weird thing, dude. Like, yeah, and like now we're coming up on 9 years ago. That was my first, that when I started at SOU, it was 9 years ago.
Yeah,
And I'm like, dude, I remember watching the Patriot games and,
dude. We're almost at
going to
10 years.
Tinseltown.
High school's about to be a decade.
I know, and that's, yeah. I was starting my senior year,
Not to
10 years
mention,
ago.
and someone was talking to me like, oh yeah, well, yeah, 2023's like 80% over or whatever. I'm like, dude, it just felt like it was fucking New Year's. Like I remember exactly what we were.
It's
It's
weird,
crazy, dude. I don't,
especially since COVID. I felt like 2020 was like a reset. Obviously, it goes without saying,
yeah.
but like everything kind of slowed down and everything, and I
I
was
think it's
back
because
in my
people were
groove,
doing
and
less things too. That's why. I think
right.
that yeah, everything slowed.
And then all of a sudden, since 2020, it's just like how was that 3 years ago? Like
And yeah,
it's
it's a
it's
weird fucking thing,
crazy.
dude. I've never been able to understand it. And people tell you that when you're younger, and you're like, oh yeah, time does move fast, but you really don't understand what they're fucking saying until you get older and you're an adult, this, that, and the third. And you're like, fuck, man. Like I haven't even had time to fucking
Yeah.
do personal things that I've always wanted to do. Like fuck.
Well, and it's weird. I was thinking about it earlier today, and I'm like, it's weird. Like, I almost wish I had just like kind of like took a step back when I was 19, starting at SOU or something, and been like, wow, this is like, I'm still really young. Like, this is still really early in like what's about to come,
Yeah,
And I'm
but
like,
you don't have the
and
hindsight
now,
because it's not.
no, you
Yeah,
don't have the hindsight. And now I'm like, I'm probably going to say the same thing about right now in, 5 years, and be
yeah,
like, wow, when I was 28, like,
yeah.
I should have
Exactly.
like stood back and see that. I mean, it sounds so cliche, but you kind of just really have to live in the present. Like you
Yeah.
seriously like do, because you're always gonna be like,
Dude, that's what I've been trying to do. At
it's
least the last like few couple years, dude. I like not that if people do this, it's a problem. But like, I don't go places anymore. Like I would do it all the time. I would never take pictures or videotape anything anymore.
Oh, and you gave me so much shit for all my pictures I take. And so, are you about to apologize? Is that what this is?
No,
Are you going to apologize to me?
no. I'm saying like I've done all the events that we've gone to the last couple of years, or like I don't post anything. I just kind of just sit there and I just fucking soak it all in. Like even I think when we went to the music festival at the Gorge, I think I pulled out my phone like twice for like 30 seconds, and after that, that was it. Like, oh, did you get any pictures from the
Oh, so
weekend?
you're saying,
Did you get
so
any
you're
pictures from the
saying,
weekend? I'm like, no, I didn't.
see, I'm kind of the opposite. Like, I like the memories. I don't want to forget that. Like, I love going back on old pictures because that kind of takes me into the moment and how I was feeling at the time. Like, I go through
Yeah,
old pictures of like us with the Bohemian, and I'm like, oh, that was this night.
I have
I've
like
been at
I do.
Penny's wedding, and like I've been,
I do stuff
and
for
so it's just
memories, but I'm
fun.
saying like, but at one point I can remember every time I did something fun or every time I did something cool. Like I'd make sure like I'm getting videos of this and pictures of this. Now it's like little click click for the memory, bam bam, and that's it. Like
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a
it's
weird
just. Can you
thing.
imagine like how unreal it would be like to have this personal drone that like followed you your whole life since
And
like
then be
high
able to
school,
watch it
just
back.
recording
Yeah,
all your events, yeah, and all your
yeah. I would
conversations,
pay it. I'd pay
and
anything.
just be able to have this like life recording, of just and be able to go, oh, January 2018, what were you doing? Boom. And it's
Yeah,
it's
that'd be.
you getting off of it's just like, can you imagine what a trip? And we might have something like that one day.
Yeah, honestly. It was like that Black
Um,
Mirror episode, dude, when they have that thing where they can watch back their
haven't seen
memories and stuff. Oh, it's one of the first
haven't
ones
seen Black
in
Mirror.
the first seasons. They have this thing where you can log like they would in the episode, people would get on
Uh,
planes and they would plug it like 'cause in their mind like it would display all their memories, everything they did today. So they at the airport to make sure they're not a flight risk. The security guys would like fast forward through their whole like the last whatever
Life.
memory to see what they or like the last week or whatever what they've been doing, what have they been buying, where were they at, who are they just to see if there's anything suspicious.
Right.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that's
anyways,
gonna advocate.
I wanted to touch on so for week 6, we do have some matchups. I think on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, Kansas City plays Denver, which we'll see you later. We'll see you fucking later.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll see you later. So there's
I
no
mean, the
real.
Chiefs have been struggling, but they're still gonna whoop. They're gonna whoop
Yeah, they're
Denver's
gonna
ass.
fucking destroy
Yeah.
him. So other than that, which is a given, we got Baltimore versus Tennessee. Well, yeah, I think Baltimore's probably gonna win that unless something happens. We got
The Titans are good at home. Titans will win that at
That they
home.
are good at
They'll beat the
home,
Ravens
but
at home.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We got the Redskins versus the Falcons.
Redskins. Falcons might win. They'll win that. They're
Okay,
3-0
honestly,
at home. They'll
Falcons
win that.
did have quite the win today. It was a really clutch win.
Yeah,
Uh,
and they were home.
and then we
They were home.
got Minnesota versus Brandon's Bears.
I
uh,
wouldn't be surprised if the Bears won that, bro.
I
Honestly, Minnesota's in a
I
tailspin.
feel like the Bears got a little bit of footing underneath them at the moment.
They did. They needed that win
They
to
needed
get
that
the
very
monkey off the
badly.
back for
Yeah, I
14
feel like they
months or
might
whatever it's
they
been.
might get a little momentum here. So I think actually I think that's gonna be a really good game. If I'm just gonna say it now. It might not be, but I think after how they've played, they got some confidence under them. I think they're gonna play well.
I got the Bears winning that.
Especially
I got it.
all the blunders and all the hate, all the shit because the Bears are just dog shit. They come out and have a really good fucking game. Now they're just I feel like they're gonna go pedal to the metal a little bit.
They could. They'll get confidence. That's dude. I mean, confidence is so huge in any sport. But
Yeah, it really is. That's the whole thing. We also got Seattle versus Cincinnati. Is it?
Cincinnati got hot. They're winning
It's
that.
in
They're beating
Cincinnati. It's
Seattle.
in Cincinnati.
Yep, and they're beating Seattle.
Yeah, they're beating Seattle. Then we got Niners versus the Browns in
I don't see
Cleveland.
the Niners losing that.
Yeah, I don't see them losing either. And then we got Carolina versus Miami. Obviously, Miami's gonna
Were the
win.
Browns on a bye this week? They didn't play this
Yeah,
today, did they?
they were in a week. Them and the
Oh,
Chargers
okay.
were too. I think.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Then we got the Colts versus Jacksonville. Um.
Well, Panthers are losing to Dolphins.
Yeah, they're losing that. No way. Colts
Colts,
versus.
Jags.
I got
Good game, but I
Jags.
think
I got
Jags win
Jags.
that.
I get Jags on that. Wait, where are
Yeah,
they playing at? It's in
it's at
Jacksonville. Yeah,
Jacksonville.
it's in
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville had 2 straight games in London. It's a nice little homecoming for them.
Yeah, exactly that.
2 straight games in London.
Then we got Saints versus Texans.
I like Texans winning that. No,
It's in
New
Houston.
Orleans
It's
is
in
favored by
Houston.
2.5.
It's in Houston.
New Orleans is favored by 2.5. But
Um,
I got Texans. I got Texans.
and
winning.
obviously we have your Patriots versus the Raiders. I think
No, Patriots. I
I'm
mean,
going.
well, Yeah,
I'm going New England winning that.
they won't, bro.
I think they
They
will.
won't.
I think they're gonna.
Yeah, that's a crazy pick.
Yeah, we'll just
Um,
I'll send you a text.
Cardinals, Rams. Cardinals, Rams. Cardinals have shown some fight, but Rams will be.
I mean,
Rams are
I
0
think
2 at
I
home.
okay.
They're
Well,
winning.
I don't know when they plan on having Kyler Murray back. They've kind of been. It's kind of spotty. They have
He
actually.
went to the IR, right? Didn't he go to the IR?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think he
saying
did.
but he's still even. There's no recent reports on because usually because it was last season when he had that big injury. Usually they have
Late
updates.
though. It
Hey,
was against my Patriots.
oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But usually they have like a kind of estimated. Well, maybe by week, 6 or 7. They haven't came out with anything, so it appears he's going to be
They're,
out for at least a while longer.
yeah, I think he went to the IR, which
But I do
puts
think
him at a
I
minimum.
do think
He was
actually
8 or
Dobbs
something.
doesn't look bad.
No, he doesn't look
I
bad.
don't think he
But, I
looks
mean,
bad.
it's
I think
just
there's some promise there.
yeah.
But when Kyler
It's
Murray
weird
comes
that
back, does Arizona really do much? I still don't think really much is going to
we'll
be
see.
there. So I don't really
We'll see.
know, especially because he hasn't played, so he has a little bit of adjustment time too. So I don't know. Then we got Philadelphia and the Jets. I mean, I think Philadelphia is probably going to win, but I think,
They
dude, the Jets.
should, but
Okay,
I'll
listen. I've been pulling so hard for the Jets train. I really have.
Oh, same.
I
Same.
love it. Ever since last year, I think I've been kind of pulling for the Jets to have a good season. And last year they kind of had just a run of bad luck after Brees Hall ACL tear after a 60-yard touchdown run in the first fucking quarter. I just really am pulling for the Jets to do something, dude. I really am, and I think with Brees Hall back off light duty, I think they're gonna string together something. Are they gonna beat Philadelphia? I don't think so, but they could pull it off.
Yeah, make
I
it
mean,
tough on him.
it's in yeah, it's at New York Jets.
It's
So
at New York.
yeah, so I mean, it can happen. It's a home game too. So uh,
Zach Wilson would be such a feel good story,
dude,
bro.
listen,
Finish the
it would.
season,
It would be
have
a
a
really
great
beats
season,
the
and then
undefeated
hand it back
Eagles.
off to Aaron
Yeah, beats
Rodgers.
the undefeated Eagles. That would be
I know.
unbelievable for the story. Absolutely
Yeah.
unbelievable. Then we got Lions versus Tampa Bay. I got Lions in that.
Lions will win that.
Yeah, and then we got the Giants versus the Bills. Obviously the Bills. Isn't Daniel Jones got hurt today? Didn't he?
I didn't see it, did he?
I think he got
Sophomore
hurt.
slump
He hit. He's fucking dog shit.
for them, bro.
He's
No,
dog
I meant
shit.
sophomore slump for Brian Dable. He had a great first year last year, and then
Yeah, but
they
yeah,
paid.
Daniel Jones got fucking hurt today. I think it was his wrist, if I'm not mistaken. And but
He ripped the wrist.
they were already getting
Maybe.
fucked. Yeah, he's out. Let me see what exit. Oh, it was a neck injury. I thought it was his wrist or something. Yeah, he's out with a neck injury. But they were getting blown out already. It didn't fucking matter. Is Daniel Jones just? I don't even know. He's just weird,
I
dude.
like him, but he's fast. That's what the crazy part about him is. He runs like Justin Fields.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean I think he's pretty hopeless to be honest, but I think-
trying to find who leads the league in touchdown passes. Oh, they don't have today in there. Um, yeah. And then Cowboys Chargers next Monday night. God, dude, the Cowboys are in prime time every single
Yeah, they fucking are. Well, they just
week
got
it
fucked
seems.
tonight, so
I think Chargers win at home.
yeah,
Win that.
I think so too. Eckler's also back next week too. So, well, no, they have a bye, don't they? Or am I No, not the
Who?
Chargers. Never mind. I'm tripping. They have a bye this week because Eckler was out, so he will be back next week. So they'll have him as well. Yeah, that's gonna be a good game, I think. Yeah, but other than that, that's all we fucking got for right now. I got nothing else. Anything else you wanted to add? Okay.
How about what? NFL or just
Yeah,
anything?
yeah. NFL. Is there anything else that I'm leaving out here?
Is Deshaun Watson hurt? What's his status?
Deshaun Watson. I have no idea. I didn't.
All right, you're helpful.
I don't know.
There's two QBs I'm just rooting for that would be feel good stories. Jordan Love succeeding, and they both have connections to the same quarterback.
And Zach
Jordan
Wilson.
Love succeeding in Green Bay, and Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. They're both Aaron Rodgers proteges. And I just
Yeah, I agree with.
root for those
I'm
two
pulling for
guys.
Zach Wilson pretty hard. I wonder when
Um,
Rodgers come back specifically.
Next year, he'd be smoking.
I'm saying there was rumor that they were going to try to cram him in there with that new surgery at the end of the year. If something was
You
to
know what that
happen, if
fake
something was
news?
to happen, if somehow they get in the playoffs, that they would somehow try to cram him in there.
What new surgery? They give him shark blood or something, and
No,
he'll think that's gonna.
there is a newer procedure for repairing ACL tears that make the recovery
He
faster. But he's
well, maybe,
39.
but
He's 39. He's
he
also
didn't have an
39.
ACL, so I don't know how much
there's-
good that would do him.
I don't
He
know
didn't have an
either.
ACL tear.
I don't know either. I'm
He
just
didn't have
saying
an
that
ACL tear.
wouldn't that be something if they made it to the playoffs and in comes fucking Aaron Rodgers?
Well, so he didn't have an ACL tear, so I'm not sure why a new ACL surgery would help him. He had
Didn't
an
he?
Achilles tear.
Oh,
He had an
excuse me.
Achilles tear.
Excuse me. Either way, there was a new surgery that
You got bad
repaired
info.
that. Okay, well, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan, so I'm not someone who's going to follow him very closely. But I will say
You're a
this:
Drew Brees fan.
I am a Drew Brees fan, a hard Drew Brees fan,
He's got his
and I
feet
love
kicked
the
up on the couch.
and I love well, yeah, and I love the loyalty to the franchise. I respect that about Drew Brees. And speaking of love to the franchise, what are your thoughts on the day? Now, I know this is not NFL related, but Damian Lillard going to the Bucks. Sad to see him leave Rip City.
Oh,
I think he
sad to see him
deserves it. I
leave,
think he
but
deserves it though.
he kind of turned into a turd, dude, over this whole trade request, and I'm just like, I mean, if he goes and wins, cool.
I mean,
I would
they
like
had a
his money,
chance. They had a chance to do something after all his years there in Portland, but they didn't string it together.
yeah.
He's unreal though,
It's kind
dude.
of-
He's unreal.
You want to talk weird about time? Is so what he spent 10 or 11 seasons there,
Yeah,
and
it's some yeah.
when he hit that game winner against the Rockets,
Unreal, dude.
that was only like his third year. That was only like his third year. Doesn't that just
doesn't
seem
feel like it.
like he'd already been there for so long when that happened? But
Yeah.
it's weird. Hopefully Portland just doesn't turn into an absolute disaster. Like
Yeah,
they
well, I
might
think
do.
I think he did his due diligence in staying there and trying to make something happen, but I mean, I don't think it was going to
Yeah.
happen, to be honest. I mean,
The
now,
whole Miami thing was so weird, acting like, oh, it had to be Miami, or he's immediately demanding another trade
yeah.
request. And then, oh, what do you know? He doesn't go to Miami.
I mean,
Like,
I'm wondering how it's going to look with him in Milwaukee. I think they'll. I mean, first of all, it's Damian fucking Lillard. I think he can make anything work, if we're being honest. But and he's got
We'll see.
Giannis. He's got Giannis, though. I mean, fuck.
who?
Giannis.
Just kidding. Dude, on my phone, I've got this like little bubble on my screen protector, that like won't go away.
The air bubble.
Yeah, like on the corner. Drives me nuts. But
Bad installation, probably.
well, installation was me.
Yeah, that's why it was probably bad.
Uh,
No bubbles over here.
yeah, oh yeah, sure. You never dealt with them.
No, never.
See what happened to my Dodgers? You follow MLB postseason at all, or you don't care about baseball anymore?
I watch the Mariners games all the fucking time because up here they're always on. I always watch Mariners games, but
Well,
everyone,
Mariners
not
are in
really.
the postseason.
I'm saying, but like once it gets, because literally everybody over here watches Mariners games. I like the Mariners. I'm not like a huge Mariners guy, but no, I don't watch that much baseball, honestly, anymore.
Clayton Kershaw, dude, he kind of reminded me of you, but he's a little bit better. And
Well, he's in the pros. I
think
hope
he
he.
had-
I hope he is.
he had a bad postseason outing on Saturday night, last night.
Well, last time I checked, there's been a couple games I think he hasn't done that great, right?
Well, oh yeah, in the postseason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's gotten that. He's gotten that.
He's gotten that
figured
rep of
out.
kind of
And he's-
having some
Yeah.
struggles in the postseason.
Hey, how about movies? We'll wrap it up. Movies. You see any movies lately?
No,
Watching
not
a
since
good
last.
thing?
No, I don't. But I think
You didn't see any
what's that? What's that one you were talking about last time we were
Saw?
talking about movies? No.
Creator?
No, the creator. The creator. I do actually want to see
okay.
that.
Yeah.
I think it's
kinda
gonna be-
flopped at the box office. Actually,
I know.
but
I don't
it's
give a
not
fuck.
good.
I think I still
Yeah.
want to see it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I am.
Um,
I mean, it is Halloween's upon us, spooky season. So I might have to go watch something kind of creepy, like maybe the new Exorcist sequel or something.
dude, the new Exorcist looks so. Oh,
It looks pretty crazy.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, but
it looks like not safe for output.
Dude,
Like-
it kind of like the trailer just gave me the heebie-jeebies. I mean, everyone knows like the type of movie it is and shit like that. But like, I feel like as time progresses and how crazy some of the CGI and all the things that are happening in film nowadays, like even back when the first Exorcist came out, obviously nowadays you look back, that looks corny, but at the time that was like the scariest thing to ever come
Oh,
out.
right,
And
right.
so I'm just saying, as time is progressing, they're just getting better and better at making it look so
Yeah,
fucking real. And I watched
yeah.
the trailer and I was like, dude, that looks like it might be too much.
Well, oh, it's too much for me now. I don't
Uh,
know how we used to see all of those movies,
but I
even in
mean,
college and stuff.
what
Like,
paranormal and shit are you talking about?
yeah,
That
but
wasn't
like
too much.
paranormal. Well, that it's to your point though. Like the first paranormal, like you go back and watch that now, and you like this was never scary, but like at the time, that
Oh, at
was
the time,
terrifying.
yeah, it was terrifying.
That first one when she gets dragged out of the bed,
Yeah, I
bro.
thought the second one was the best one.
Second one was good. I loved
I
the
thought the
second
second
one.
one was the best. Dude, I
I
don't know. Did
love
you
the
ever
second one.
watch all the other ones? There was like a couple more after that.
I went all the way up.
Did you watch the marked
Yeah.
ones? I think it was like that.
So the spin-off one of like the Mexican
Yeah,
family,
that's what I'm
that
saying.
was actually
That
good.
was
That
good.
was
That was
actually
good.
good.
When he's at the fucking park and he's getting at the vending machine, and then he's fucking throwing the dudes. They're trying to rob him and shit.
The end, do you remember the ending when he ends up time traveling? Or like
I'm trying to remember. I
with
only
the
watched it once, but I remember
the
him like
ending
I remember him
was
doing the fainting
insane.
thing and like he got caught midair. So then you remember that when he jumps off the table.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember that. I don't know if I remember the end specifically, but
Well,
what?
so the
Oh,
end they
it
go
was at
back
the
to the
apartment downstairs. It was at that where the
no, you're dead wrong. They at the very end of
I
the
don't
movie
remember.
they go back to the same house from the third one where the grandmas
Oh,
were with
okay.
the
That yeah,
COVID
that's
and
right.
oh that movie is terrifying.
That one was pretty good. At least that's what I remember. I thought it was pretty good.
I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that one. And then they were just I think even after that they were all spin-offs and they just did
Yeah.
terrible. Like you're not like not spin-offs, but like new characters, which I guess there's kind of a spin-off. And um
What
but
I liked about
March one's
one and two was like the characters and then like that lady. What's her name? The chick from the first one who.
Katie?
Yeah,
Katie?
yeah, that killed her husband at the end of the first one, right? So then she
Yeah.
later on in the second one is that's what I liked. They kind of kept that.
Like they tied in.
Yeah, they
Well, they
kind of
tied it
yeah
in.
they kept it going, and then like she's like weird she's acting weird when she's seeing them in the second one. I like how they tied it in.
Yeah. Well, then the third one, it's a prequel of stuff they talked about in the
Yeah, that
first
works
one,
too. That worked too. But I liked when they did
Um,
that, and then what's weird is they had no budget in the fucking first. They had no budget, and then all of a sudden they
dude,
have a
it was
budget and they
10
fuck it
grand.
up. Doesn't make any
Yeah, I know.
sense. Completely
You
ironic.
should see this latest Saw movie, dude. I think you would actually enjoy this latest Saw
I'll
movie.
probably go. I don't know. I'll probably go see it. I mean, early on, the early Saws, I remember actually really enjoying them.
Yeah. I've seen every single
I know
one.
you've been a big fan of
Every
Saw for a long time.
single one
You've been
of
a
them.
fan of Saw for a long time.
For one, it's got the greatest horror song of all time, the theme song. The one that Izzy Adesanya walked out to before
Yeah.
his first fight with Pereira. That song is so good. The only one that rivals it is the Halloween theme song. Um, that one's close. But another good like reboot, that first Halloween movie that came out about 5 years ago is damn good. Um, yeah, I might have to rewatch that this Halloween.
All right. Well, we're at an hour.
See, it's crazy. We gotta cut all these other bums loose. We just go with the two
I
of us. It's
know,
way
and that
better,
I thought I was looking
more
at I
streamlined.
went over here to look at the time on the streaming on the software, and it's like I'm like holy shit! I thought it's been like 30 minutes.
Nah, bro, an hour. We're good.
All right,
These
well,
other bums. These
I
other
know
bums aren't
they just don't
reliable.
fucking show up. Jesse doesn't even say anything. Like I guarantee you, he's gonna
No
say
call,
something
no
with like
shows.
it's yeah, at least say something. Be like, hey, my kid, blah blah whatever the fuck. But anyways,
That guy works for me. I'm firing him.
yeah, yeah, no call, no show. That's a one strike policy.
Pack your bags, kid.
Yeah, one strike fucking policy.
Yeah, dude.
Oh fuck. Well, that's all we got. So, anything last parting thoughts you want to add? Nope, I'm good.
No parting thoughts. It's a good week of football.
All right,
College
well,
football is great.
we got a next week of football
NFL is
coming
great.
up. So you guys will hear from us following week 6. Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you next week and see you. All right.